Welcome back to another episode of State of Sonder. Today I have one of my closest girlfriends, Melissa, on. She actually has been helping through this whole process and she's been behind the camera, but I've been meaning to bring her in front of the camera so she can share a little bit about her story. We talk about a lot of things in this episode, some things that we haven't even discussed in our like decade-long friendship. So I felt like this was really special and I was super grateful that she was willing to come on and be open and share some of her struggles that she's gone through the past couple of years, her growth in her career, just what she's learned kind of in her 30s. I felt like this episode was super special. So I hope you enjoy. Hello, Mel. Welcome to State of Sonder.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having me.
We literally saw each other yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so for people who don't know, Mel has been PAing for me since the start. So she's been the one behind the camera. And today I'm bringing her in front of the camera and hopefully this is all okay because I don't have a PA today.
Yes, yes.
Have you been enjoying it?
Yes, it's so fun. Okay, I just want to start off by saying first how proud of you I am for this because I know this has been like a dream of yours, a goal of yours, and you're finally doing it. You're doing the thing, and it's been going amazing, I feel.
Yeah.
And like being behind the camera and watching you talk to guests, you really bring out so much like encouragement and motivation in your guests because of you and who you are. So starting that off.
Oh, thank you.
This is amazing. I love it.
But I feel like you're really good at also. Okay, so we we did
Get the jitters out.
We did a Twitch stream.
We did.
Wait,
Yep.
when did we do that?
It was like in the heat of COVID, like 2021.
But then it was you and
TJ and Connie.
And then I came on with, did Monty come on with?
Yeah.
Okay, so like you kind of like this kind of stuff too.
I do.
So what
I
has
love
your
it.
experience been like as you witnessed all of this unfold?
It's been fun. Like I love like podcasts. I love interviews because I truly feel like you get a really candid look into like who people are.
Yeah.
So I just naturally, I love it. And I love yapping. I love convos. I love deep convos.
But you're really good at, so sometimes like I do the rapid fires and stuff, which I actually realized I didn't think of that many for this, but
Okay.
I have some. But even those questions, like you're really good at finding content to talk about and stuff. So like when you were younger, I guess, what did you want to be or like what did you want to accomplish?
When I was younger, it's funny because it's similar to what Moni said. Shout out Moni Chang.
Shout out, Monty.
I wanted to be a news anchor. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I did not know this and I've been friends with you for over 10 years.
Same, like when I was little, I wanted to be a news anchor. I thought it was so cool, so fun. So I think like naturally, I just like that. I love like asking questions. I love like finding out more about someone and like, I just love that setting. So
Wait,
when I was
okay.
younger,
Is this a Korean thing? Because my uncle wanted me to be a news anchor so badly.
Oh my gosh, probably, really?
Yeah, and I was like, why? And he was like, no, you need to be a news anchor when you get older. And I was like, I just can't imagine being on TV and like.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, I feel.
So when did that change?
It changed when I went to high school and I was like, that's not going to happen, likely. And then I also found myself, I think when you're in high school, you get a little bit more shy and insecure. And I think with that came like, okay, I don't see myself. Bless you.
Okay.
I didn't see that for myself. I was like, I'm a little bit, I'm more of like a behind the camera person, I feel.
Okay, so then, so now you're in the marketing space and you have been for like how many years now?
Oh my gosh, 13 years I've been in marketing.
And you've been consistently working for an LA sports team. But how, like when you were in college, did you always know that was the route you wanted to take?
I think I knew I wanted to go into marketing, but there was a moment in 2013, the Lakers.
2013.
We were like maybe like a junior.
Oh, we were juniors, so I didn't know you then.
I was at the Laker game. They're playing the Golden State Warriors, and that was the game that Kobe tore his Achilles. And I remember him like on the sideline. I watched him. I was like, oh my gosh, he's hurt. But I saw him like get up, and he like hobbled to the free throw line, and he made 2 free throw shots that won the game. And it was like a pivotal game. And I think when I saw that, I was like, that was freaking sick. Like,
That was
yeah,
sick.
I was like, and I think that was the moment that really drew me to sports. I was like, what else in this world can make a man do that? Make a man like push himself to like get to all these like greatest accomplishments and stuff like that. So, that moment I was like, sports is freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Like this is incredible to witness. So that drew me to sports. I want to say that exact moment.
So you just kind of had a direction pretty much like in college
Yeah.
where you wanted to go. And since then, as you've been pursuing this career, like how has that experience been? And like, I guess, was it like everything that you wanted it to be? Like, how do you feel about your career and role now and all of those things, like all the in between, I guess?
It's amazing. Like I like working in sports because like you also work in sports.
Yeah.
You kind of see it is a grind. It truly
Sports doesn't sleep.
it
So yeah.
doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like heightened emotions. People care so much about their work. So that passion and that resilience is very, very strong in the sports industry, I would say. So I really love that. And I'm in like marketing operations, and I enjoy that role because there is a right and wrong, I would say. There is like a good way to do things, a bad way to do things. So I love that I'm able to like quantify that. And yeah, I just love it. I love the people that I work with. I love the team that I work for. It's been great. But it wasn't always like, as you know, like career, like starting your career off when you graduate college, it's not easy. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think, first of all, if it's like marketing operations, is that more like is it, I guess, like event based, or like what kind of do you focus on?
So I focus on a lot of like campaign planning.
Okay.
So doing everything you can to make sure that your content and your marketing plans are executed properly and hit like launch dates.
Okay.
So it's a lot of like project management. It's a lot of campaign planning. It's a lot of like, I facilitate a lot of legal and finance.
Oh God.
Financial conversation. It's a lot. A lot of working with different personalities.
Yeah.
I work a lot with like graphic designers, video editors.
So it's like basically literally like all the moving parts of what would make a campaign successful.
Exactly.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I align everybody. I lead a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun.
So what were some of the challenges you faced early in your career? Now that you've built, like you've been with the company for a long time, you've built this role, and like you've obviously climbed up. So like, what did you feel like were your challenges when you first kind of started?
So I actually didn't go to a very prestigious undergrad. And I think like knowing that, I knew I had a lot of work to do. I have to put in work because I'm competing against kids that went to like Stanford or like even like USC, UCLA. So I needed to find like my X factor, like what can really differentiate myself between these other college kids looking for work.
Yeah.
And I think in general, you won't know where you're going in life unless you know where you are. So I had to have, I had to have that difficult conversation. I'm like, where am I?
Yeah.
I have no experience right now. You know, like my network is very small. So I had to have that difficult conversation and tell myself like, where am I and where do I want to go and how do I get there? So it was a grind. Like I networked my butt off. Every person I met in school and in internships, I tried to make the best impression I could. Well, even in like my personal relationship with coworkers and my bosses.
Yeah.
So that was rough. It was rough. And it's often discouraging sometimes.
I mean, I think that you're actually so good at like when you meet people to like engage with them and make them feel comfortable. Like I feel like if I'm going to a setting where I feel a little bit like anxious, because I have social anxiety, but like if I feel like, okay, I'm going to this new setting, I don't know really anybody, and like I feel kind of like really weird, like you're the friend that I would want to be there because you just like can do that. But I'm sure that wasn't always the case, and you had to
yeah.
learn how to do that so that you could grow in your role.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's you kind of like have to tell yourself like not everyone knows what they're doing. Like
yeah.
people that you meet are equally afraid or equally scared and anxious of social situations or a professional situation. So I kind of find that common ground with someone. I'm like, okay, like you may be like the VP of something, but like you went through a lot of the struggles that I went through. So like connecting with people in that way, finding a common ground helped me a lot, actually.
Yeah. So I actually think about this time to time because I feel like my nose is running. Okay, but like I feel like as a like just who I am as a person, like I'm very chatty and I'm very like extroverted, and like with our friends, I'm like fucking crazy. But like in a work setting is where I feel the most insecure and where I feel like I lack the most confidence. And it's like I get a little bit like meek. And I think that's been throughout my career. And I think part of it is being raised as a Korean American. And like in Korean culture, we're kind of like authority is like it. So it's
a lot of respect.
Yeah. So if it's like someone higher up or someone with more power or has more authority, like you are taught to, obey or like be respectful. And I think that almost has been like a thorn in my side in my career because like I don't know, it's like I just don't I shut down kind of.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's something that's happened in your career that you had to overcome, or like not really?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think people were always like, "Oh, Mel's so nice," and like I had to overcome like people taking advantage of me because I was nice or kind to them. So that was a struggle.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to think like, oh, kindness is a weakness because sometimes like it's very cutthroat. But yeah, I agree.
It's like people who are the louder ones or the people who like voice their opinions more. It's like inevitably they kind of like get more ahead, and then you start to realize like, okay, I can still be a kind person but also have boundaries and like know how to voice my thoughts. That's like I think something that I'm getting challenged with at work right now. Is just ask, just say, just do it, even if it's stupid. And I can't like stand that. I'm like, if I come off as stupid, I'm like, no. But I think it's important, and I think you now are like in a managerial role, so like you have people that you have to, like train and like lead. So in that role, have you like experienced like what kind of has shifted in how you navigate your position?
So I think growing up also in like Asian culture, you think being perfect is like the goal.
Yeah.
Like saying the right things, giving the perfect presentation or writing the perfect email. But over time I realized, especially as a manager, perfectionism is not a good thing. It's actually a bad thing because if you strive for perfection, you become paralyzed and you don't say and do what you want. You have decision paralysis. You're not yourself. You just become so much more afraid.
Yeah.
So I think once you accept that, like, okay, being perfect is not actually what it's all out to be.
Yeah. And it's also impossible to
It's impossible, yeah. And we've talked about this before about like the messy first draft.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like your first few months of speaking up and having like a more prominent tone in conversations. Like it will be your messy first draft, but it's necessary because eventually you get to a point where you're more confident and you're able to just be who you are and but it takes time. I still feel that way where I'm like, I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to ask the wrong question. So
I think I really do think that is part of like the innate being of the culture that we were raised in. But okay, Minnie, I think you need to go away. Okay, you can come lay down here, but you can't keep bothering her. Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Enough about work. I want to talk about like, okay, so I have known you now for 10 years. No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Almost
like
10 years. 9 to 10 years.
Crazy.
And we have gone through just so much life.
Yeah.
So much life. We've seen each other in different seasons. And I feel like all our friends in this time and era are in a place where we feel, I don't know, I just feel like everyone feels good.
Yeah.
Like I think
Yeah.
there was a period and season of life where all of us were kind of like fucking disheveled. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Figuring
how,
it out.
I
Yeah.
don't know how else to explain it, but we were like fucking going through it, okay? but now, and it's funny because even Chang said this in the other podcast where he was like, you guys, all the girls like had a glow up. I was like glowed up, but had a glow up, and I feel like it's because we're in this season where everyone's just kind of like, I don't know, like we just know what we want.
Yeah.
We feel good.
Yeah.
So like, how do you feel like? I don't want to say like the past decade, but I would say just like the past few years, like what you've kind of learned and just how you've, I guess, changed.
So I would say the past few years, maybe like the past 2 years, I was in a very, and I think you can kind of tell, like a very no new friends season of life. I think I went through a lot, like in my personal life. I went through a lot professionally too during that time. And I didn't have a lot of capacity and energy to invest in new friends or new experiences. Like I needed to feel a little bit more stable. So I think like that season was, I'm out of it now.
Yeah.
But I want to say like now being out of it, I do have a refreshed sense of self and confidence that I think has been amazing. And I feel like our friends, have all found that together, which I love.
I think even I wouldn't say like a no new friends kind of mentality, but like I am very, very cautious and particular and protective of like who I kind of allow into my ether and my environment, because it really matters in the way that your life is. Like I just feel like it influences your life, and the energy you keep also does. And so I feel like with our friends, I just like being in that space. It makes me feel safe.
Yeah.
And I feel like with you too, it's like, I think when times are really rough, you want to feel a sense of safety and a sense of stability. I mean, you went through a lot in the past couple years, and like, obviously, like, I don't know if I can talk about this, but like your father passed away a couple years ago, and like that is such a such a moment that impacts your entire life, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember when it happened because you texted me, and like, but then after that, and I think everyone handles grief differently, but you handled it with such a grace to the point where I was like, hello, like how? But you do, like, the thing is, you're a very like emotional being, and like you can be very like sensitive and you feel for people, but then when it happens to you, it's like you are so strong. And I'm like, how did you navigate like these constant moments that were like hitting you with life, where it was just like, holy shit, she's going through a lot? Like how did you navigate that?
Oh, that's a hard question, because for me, I think externally I did a good job of like suppressing.
Amazing.
Like I was like, let's do this. Like let's go to this party and act like everything is fine, you know? So I think it was hard, but internally it was very awkward. Like I felt like kind of in the spotlight. I felt like people were like, are you okay? Are you like worried about me? And I felt a little bit like I couldn't handle a lot of the attention for a little bit, because I was like, I just need a quiet space for myself to grieve.
Yeah.
But I want to say the first year, I didn't have a lot of time to grieve, because I was focusing on making sure my mom was okay. At the time, my brother and his family, they weren't in California either. And then COVID hit, and I was like, okay, there's just like so many things going on. And then I got a new job. So I needed to keep together for the first year. I just needed to just do what I needed to. And I think after that was when I grieved, and it came out in really weird ways. Like I was partying a lot more. I was a little bit rambunctious. Like I needed an outlet, and the outlet was going out, like seeing friends, like just doing whatever and saying whatever. Like, and it wasn't healthy, but it was my outlet. And what ultimately got me through that season was, so okay, a little bit about my family.
Hold on,
So
let me move this. It's like in your eye. Okay, there.
A little bit about my family that not a lot of people know is, so my family is very religious. My dad's a pastor. He was a missionary towards the end of his life. And my mom, she grew up very, very poor. But she's incredibly smart. She has very strong business acumen. She clawed herself out of poverty, basically. Like she worked her butt off. She succeeded. And when she met my dad, he was incredibly smart as well, and he was an engineer. He was going to school for engineering. He had like a very, very promising career ahead of him. And the semester before he was about to graduate, he had this calling to be a pastor. And obviously, like pastors, you don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's truly like a very like sacrificial life that you have to live. And when my mom was like heard that, she's like, "You're a semester away from graduating, and like you're just gonna quit and like become a pastor."
And was this when they were already like married?
Yeah, they were married. So
Okay,
she was like understandably so. She was so afraid. She's
Yeah.
like, I like did all this to escape, a difficult life. And I'm like going back to this, like being a Samonim, like it's hard. So she told me about this one prayer where she was like really struggling. She's like, what do I do here? Like, God, like, what do I do? This is not fair. And it was like the first time she ever heard like God speak to her. And God was like, okay, what do you want in your future? And she's like, I want kids. I want a home. I want to be comfortable. And he was like, how many kids do you want? And she's like, I want 2 kids. And then he was like, boys or girls? And she was like, I don't know. And he was like, I'll give you both. And then, it's like my brother and myself. And then he was like, what does your dream home look like? And she was like, I don't know. Like, I want a big house, like a big white house with black shutters and trees and like the birds. And like, I want it to be beautiful. And it's crazy because if you look at the house I grew up in, it is a white house with black shutters. And it's crazy because we didn't choose the color of the house. It just came like that. And like, it was an answered prayer. So my mom, like 20, 30 years after that conversation with God, we live in that her dream house that she wished for back when she had that prayer. It's crazy. So I think like when I hear that story, it reminds me of like this world and this universe and God has a plan for me. And right now, my dad is no longer with me, but I have a sense of security of like, it's going to be okay. And like grief is a biatch. Grief is so annoying.
It like comes whenever, like it has no rhyme or reason.
It came like yesterday. I was like, but like grief doesn't get easier, but you just get stronger. So I think it's been about like 5 years now. And I think I've gotten a lot stronger. And I've gained a lot more understanding and peace. So I have a lot of peace with everything that went on. But I think that story really grounded me. I was like, okay, God is for me. He is very thoughtful about his plans for me. So it kind of brought me back. Yeah.
So when this all happened for your mom, was it kind of like it was almost like, I'm going to give you these things. So like trust that, like even if he chooses the pastor route, that like you're going to be okay.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
So eventually she was like, fine, like, let's do this. So she went like full on like pastor wife mode. She's funded all of his mission trips.
Wow.
They've donated like so much money to like charities and like, my dad, he started this organization or this group where they would train professionals like dentists, doctors, and send them to third world countries to provide like medical support. So he did a lot of amazing work, and a lot of it's because of my mom.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because like he has like left like a legacy
Yes.
in what
Yes.
he's done. And
He
that's
has,
honestly like what most people strive for
Yeah,
in
yeah.
life. Okay. And so then it's you and your brother.
Yeah, yeah.
And your brother has 3 kids and you're an auntie now.
I love it. Yes.
You're like always being an auntie.
I love it. I love it so much. Like, when like we're in our 20s, we're like, I want to be like the fun, like cool party girl. But now I'm like, I want to be like a cool auntie. And like, I love it so much.
You have like baby fever.
Yeah, I do. I love it so much.
Do you
It's so
think
cute.
do you think that was always in you, or like because you have your nephews, you're like more?
Oh, because of nephews for sure.
Really?
Yeah. Before I was like, I don't want kids. Like I was even unsure about
actually,
marriage.
yes, you
Yeah.
were.
I was like, do I want marriage? Do I want kids? Like, but now I'm like, I must have many kids.
I must have.
Yeah, I must
Okay, wait,
have.
actually,
I'm down
let's-
for triplets.
Let's talk about this because I, growing up, was always like, I imagined I'd be married at 27. I'd
Mm-hmm.
have my first kid at 30. Like this was just like since I was a teen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it was very rare for me to find women who did not want those things, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then one of my best friends, Min, and then you were all both kind of very unsure about the concept of marriage and kids. Well, now Min is married, but like you also had that. So
Yeah.
I guess what was it about both concepts, I guess, that you weren't sure about? And then how did that change?
I think definitely when my first nephew Izzy was born, I was like, holy cow. I felt so much, like I literally felt like my heart grew like 4 sizes. And I felt this overwhelming sense of like, yeah, I was like, I would like look at Izzy and he was like this little bean. And I was like, I love you so much. You're like my family now.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love. And I was like, oh, this is what it's like. As an auntie, I feel this. Imagine what it feels like to be like a parent.
Yeah.
That plus I met someone that I was like, I want this kind of future for him. So it was that too. Like I met a guy that
Did you hear that, Daniel?
shout out Daniel. Like, yeah, it changed me. It really changed me.
I really think so.
Yeah.
And I think when you find someone that really just like, I don't know, it's like you can go so many years not
Yeah.
wanting something and not thinking about something. And then you meet somebody who just like makes all the sense
Yes.
and makes everything clear.
Yeah.
And I think you found that. And I, even as a friend, I recognize like all the transition happened because now you feel confident in someone being that partner for you. Oh, that's so sweet.
Like, you know when like you meet someone, like sometimes, well, this is not for every like girl, but like you meet a guy and you're like, I want to have your babies. Like when I met him, I was like, I want to have your babies. And I was like, this is a new feeling.
Manifestation.
Yes, yes. But it was also like other factors like my age and my
Yeah.
nephews. But yeah, I felt that way when I met Daniel.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's interesting because we have now entered into that era where like our friends are going to start having it's just a very weird thing to think about. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing, but
Yeah.
weird because like all our 20s we were just like insane.
We were
Like insane. And then to come into this era of like, oh my God, like husbands and wives
yeah.
and like people calling each other my wife or my
Yeah.
husband. And like then now it's the next chapter is going to be children. Oh my gosh.
yeah. It's exciting.
It's so exciting, but it's also very strange to think about.
Aren't you like excited to leave the 20s behind? Like I feel like the 20s was,
yeah.
right?
I felt that when I turned like 31, I think, because I think I had so much fun in my 20s.
Yeah.
And we talked to Moni about this too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I had a period of grieving for sure.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh my God, I like loved that era and now everyone's like moving on. But
Yeah.
not really.
We're like,
either.
terracotta, I love.
no, God,
Mama
no.
Lion, yes. Yeah. Those are fun though.
It was
I
fun.
love that.
Like the line days.
Oh, I
line-
love R.I.P.
This
I love
generation
Line.
will never know what the line days were like because those were like the best
Yes.
years.
Line
Even though
walks
everyone
so terracotta could run.
Everyone-
Truly. Truly.
everyone hated it but loved it.
Yeah,
you
we're all
know?
like, we're here again. Yay. Yeah.
But okay, so when you turned 30, what did you go through an era where you felt like sad or were you kind of like, oh yeah, this is like
I was sad. Yeah, definitely. I think I was sad, but I was happy to leave the 20s behind because like I'm naturally a very insecure person. And when I turned 30, I felt a little shift of like, I don't care. Like, not like I don't care about things, but like I don't care what people think about me. I mean, I still go through moments of insecurity,
Yeah,
but I
like
felt
everyone.
a little bit just more confident.
Yeah, that's good. And I think it shows. Like but people say when you enter into this as you get older, just in general, like you just care less.
Yes.
And I think that
love
is just a thing because
Yeah.
you don't have the mental capacity to care. Because like when I was in our 20s, I was like, oh my God, we have XYZ. Like but what did you really have to worry about except like what you're going to do this weekend?
Yeah.
But now the responsibilities are higher as women, our clocks are ticking. So it's like, you don't have room to think about what other people think about.
Yeah.
Okay, what is something you feel like you've learned in your 30s? Like obviously you're like, okay, I feel a little bit less insecure and like I felt like I had a little bit more confidence, but like what is something maybe because you're 33 now, so in the past couple of years that you feel like you've really learned?
So I did therapy for a little bit, and my therapist recommended this book called Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. Highly recommend.
Untethered Soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a lot of lessons in that book, but one thing that I really took away from that book that I still think about every day is like about your inner voice. And I feel like a lot of the time, like our inner voice is so mean, it's so cruel, it's so disheartening and cynical. And the book gives this analogy of like, what if someone out in the real world talked to you like your inner voice did? You would be like, get the out of my face. I'm like, get away from me, you weirdo. Like, imagine if your inner voice had like an Instagram account and they're like responding to your stories like, that selfie isn't that cute. You know, it's like you reject it.
Yeah.
But oftentimes I feel like when our inner voice casts doubt and like discourages us from doing things, we often listen, and I think that's so crazy.
Yeah.
So how can we?
Yeah.
Right? Like we listen and we believe it. Like, oh, I believe that I'm not good enough, or I believe that I can't accomplish these things because this concoction, this monster that was created by like insecurities and doubt is telling us these things. So I think untethering yourself from those thoughts and realizing like, hey, that's not necessarily true. And we are often not the ones that are saying these things, but we are the ones that have to hear it. So how can we be cognizant of that and wary of that and trust that maybe I don't have to believe the inner voice. Maybe I can let these thoughts and doubts actually just pass me by and not tie myself to every terrible inner thought I have. So I think about that a lot, actually.
I mean, that's a really great way to put it, to make it like make sense, because it's true. Like I would not let anyone talk to me that way.
Yeah.
But then you let yourself talk to yourself that way. And I think on that, it's like, it's the hardest thing to not let those thoughts get to you, right? It's like when people are like, just don't think about it, right? It's like, but how? Because it's there. It's like so present in your mind. So like, I guess, how do you think that you have, I guess in a way, trained your mind to not, to let those things pass by instead of harping on them? Because that, I think, is the hardest part.
Oh, man, that's a hard question. So I think, practically speaking, I've been doing this lately is when I have a moment of insecurity, and like, you know me, like I overthink a lot.
Yes.
I overthink like one tiny comment or thing, I can just be thinking about it all day and like letting it get to me. But one thing that's helped me a lot, like practically speaking, is say I have a negative thought or a negative feeling. Those negative feelings may or most likely aren't that valid. I tell myself like, okay, go home, like pause that thought, cook dinner, exercise, clean your room, and then come back to that thought. And by the time I've done all those things and I come back to that thought, I actually am like, oh, I think about it more with a sober mind, and I'm able to be more understanding of it, and I can see things more clearly. So I think
It's
really,
just like taking 10.
yeah, take a breather and come back to it, and you'll come back being like, oh, okay, wait, that's not true. Like, she doesn't hate me. Like, you know, like I actually didn't mess up that badly, you know? So it's, yeah, I think that practically speaking does help.
I think that's really good. It's like giving yourself the space to just like iron that out on its own almost. But I think also it's like I think that, I mean, you are an overthinker as a friend. I've known this, but I also think that is the reason why that you are able to show up for people so well. And it's weird because you think of things as like, it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Like I think when you're an overthinker, internally it's a lot of chaos and a lot of like turmoil, but externally it ends up showing up in like being really empathetic or being very caring, or like, because I think in my friendship with you, like you are someone who is always so steady in terms of like how you show up for me as a friend, and like I've always appreciated that so much. But I also but I think it's because you have this like other part of you that's like constantly like thinking about things, and I think you can only be capable of being that kind of friend and show up for people that way if you are. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, in a way it like sucks, but then it's also kind of like a gift. I need to read this because that was really good.
It's a really good book. So another analogy that book gives you is, imagine you're on a freeway and your goal is to just get out of the freeway.
Yeah.
Say like cars are whizzing by you. And if you look at it, these cars are like your crazy thoughts. You're not going to chase every car you see because you'll end up somewhere that you don't want to be. You'll end up in, I don't know, Ontario. Like it's like you'll be like, where am I? But if you just focus on the road ahead and let these thoughts pass by, you will get across the freeway safely. So using that analogy, like thoughts are cars passing by, just focus on the road ahead.
Wow.
So this book is banger.
These are gems.
The book is a banger. I will tell you.
I
It's a
think I
great
need
book.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like lately, I feel like you have been in a very just, I don't know, a peaceful,
Oh, yeah.
good era.
Venice, bro. Very Venice.
You've been like doing your own thing. You went to Coachella 2 weekends.
I
like,
did.
what is it right now? What do you feel the most just like content about or at peace about, or like what's good in life right now?
I have my relationships, I feel. Like, I feel like we are, like, our friends, especially our girlfriends, are so obsessed with each other.
Yeah.
It's like hard not to feel overwhelming love. You know what I mean? Like, I can like call you at 4 a.m. You'll probably be awake because you wake up really early. But like, and like, you know, people are just like, we have each other's backs. Like, we love having fun with each other. And I feel like it's amazing to find like a group of like 8 or 9 girls with that amount of like love and joy for each other. Like, I feel a lot of love and security there. My relationship with Daniel, it's been really good. It hasn't been easy, but it's finally to a place where like we have so much respect and love for each other. And he lives in Venice, and I love the West Side. Like, I
mean, you are like living your best life out there.
Yeah, I go to Erewhon. I walk Abbot Kinney. I like say hi to strangers. Like,
Oh my God, I'm crying.
so I think just like my relationships, like my family, like my 3 nephews growing up, it's all of it.
How old are the twins now?
They're 2.
Oh my gosh.
They're so
Time
cute.
is like literally flying.
They're so cute. I
No,
love
but
it
that's
so
so
much.
good because
Yeah.
I think, what do you think it is? Because I feel like our group of friends have been friends for so long.
Yeah.
And like we haven't had like a blip. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I think I was just talking to my boyfriend about it this morning of like, oh, like I've known some of the friends in our friend group for over 20 years. And it's like, how did we stay friends for so long? And like, obviously our group is like a huge Korean group, but like, but even within Korean friend groups, like a lot of times things fall off or people go their own way, or like, and I wouldn't say we're the same as what we were, but like we're still very much stable in our friendships. And like, what do you think that is? Like, what do you think is the secret sauce?
A friendship, oof. It's a lot of things. I think all of us are genuinely really great people.
Yeah.
And I think we're drawn to that. And if there's that saying where it's like you are the average of the 7 people around you, but for us it's like we are the average of the 30 friends around us. So I think it's we have a common understanding of like we are good people, we're hardworking, and we honestly make the time.
Yeah.
That's like the big thing. We make time for each other, even when it's busy, even when it's like hard sometimes too. We show up for each other all the time. So I think even our girlfriends, like we don't go much like that long without seeing each other.
Yeah.
Like we see each other consistently once or twice a week or like once every 2 weeks, like consistently. And that's hard to do, you know?
Yeah, especially as you get older. And I think rude. I think I felt that like what would I say? I've been really, really busy. So I've been feeling this just like weird feeling internally. And I think when we went to Coachella, it was such a good release for me. I mean, I don't want to sound like those girls like, oh my God, Coachella. But like I who is so bad right now? But I really feel like I think that every single year has been where I can just like be free and reset. And this year I was so adamant that I wasn't going to go. And like, I really wasn't. But I think because things have been so chaotic for me and like a little bit stressful, I was like, this is just the stars aligning.
Yes.
And then we went, and it reminded me how much I love being with our friends. And like, I was like, damn, I haven't really been making as much time. Someone is like honking so much.
It's very
like,
distracting.
Okay. But anyway, I think I realized I was like, okay, I haven't seen my friends in a minute in this capacity or in this way. And I get fuel and energy and so much love and gratitude when I'm with them. So like, okay, let's make sure that I'm carving more time out to do that because this is my like chosen family. And I think it's where I feel the most safe. And so I was like, okay, you gotta make the time.
Yeah.
This person is so mad. Like, who are you? Please
come out. Do you feel like, I guess, what keeps you motivated? Because I feel like you've been working so much. And I know it hasn't been easy. You are also, you know, managing a lot of relationship with family, friends, like, you know, your boyfriend. So what keeps you going?
I think for me, obviously like I came into what I'm doing now late. Like when I turned 30, I decided to change my career. So it's like, I think there is this like level of imposter syndrome that I have of like, okay, there are people who have been in this industry who went to school for this, like who are like actually fucking amazing. And here I am like, you know, but I also think what it is like, even doing design now, there's a part of me that's not sure. I'm unsure. Like, I'm unsure this is what I want to do. I'm unsure if this is what makes me feel fulfilled. I think in work, why I stay motivated is because my team is insanely talented and works insanely hard. Like, what my company does is actually just so impressive.
Yeah, top tier.
Yeah, so
Very
it's like
top tier.
when I'm around these kind of people who work so freaking hard and so many hours, it's really hard to not like perform.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to not be doing late hours, or it's hard to not be like, okay, I'll help or I'll do this, because you look like the fucking guy that's like not doing anything, you know? So I think there's that. I also think like my boss is so good at what he does, and so it's like learning from someone like him and under him, it's inspiring in a lot of ways. I think other things that I'm doing is, it's just like, I don't know, I think I'm just a very ADD person and I have like a lot of curiosity. So I was like, oh, I've always wanted to do a podcast. Oh, like I want to make content. Like, oh, I want to. And in a way, I've spread myself so thin now. And I'm like, I'm finally at a point where I'm kind of like, oh God, like I don't know how much longer I can keep up with all of these other things.
Yeah. And you don't half-ass anything. Like that's like part of your personality. Like I've never seen you half-ass something. Like you truly give things 110% of your time and energy.
Yeah. But it's like when you do so many things, at some point your 100% like gets like less and less.
Yeah.
But I think also it's like, you know, times are tough and you have to like I have to supplement my salary with other things. So it's like I'm also doing other projects. But then it's like when you're doing all of these things, you still want to keep like your hobbies alive and like things
Yeah.
that bring you joy alive. But honestly, I'm gonna be really frank. Right now, it's getting really hard. It's getting really
Yeah.
hard to do all of these things.
We have another question for you then.
Yes.
What are you doing for yourself? You're doing a lot for work. You're doing a lot for your side gigs, a lot for your friends still, like your relationship. Like, what are you doing for yourself?
Oh my God, like this podcast like totally switched.
I'm like, welcome to State of Sonder.
Minnie, come here. What am I doing for myself?
Because that's something that I struggle with. I'm like, what am I doing for purely myself? Like, I have trouble answering that question.
I don't know. Like, I think for me, I find the greatest joy in making memories with my friends or people I love. And so it's like, I think for so long, I was like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, I have to do this. And like, and then I got to this place, like, I think the past couple months where I literally felt like depressed a little bit. Like, I felt very like, I don't find joy in anything kind of thing. And that is so not my personality.
Yeah,
and
it's
so I
not.
was like, what is going on? And like, why am I feeling this way? And I think that's why I like was like, okay, I'm going to go to Coachella. And that's why when we went, like, I really just let go. And I was like, not thinking about anything, not thinking about work, not thinking about podcasts, not thinking about anything. Like, I'm literally just going to go and like do whatever I want, like go see whoever I want and like be with my friends so completely. And it really did fuel me again. And it gave me energy, and it gave me a lot of clarity when I got back of like, okay, what are your boundaries, and what are you going to accept in your life, and what are you not? So I think it's like taking time to like do those things, or like I'm planning to go to Korea in the fall.
Oh my
and I think that's really going to be like a big thing for me. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just trying to survive out here. So Mel and I met at Coachella 2015,
2016.
2016 at Chainsmokers.
I swear we're the only two people that like chain smokers in our group.
But I remember this. Okay, I don't remember a lot of things from Coachella, to be honest. But I remember that because we didn't actually go into the tent.
Yeah.
We were on the side, and we were so like close together. And Melissa has like always just like very teased volume hair, and it was in my mouth the entire time.
You're like, I love it.
I'm just like, ah! And then it's like her hair is just constantly mouthful of Melissa's hair.
Good times.
Core memory.
Chain smokers.
But since then, we've gone every year.
Yeah.
And then like, I feel like every event you are down to go to.
Yeah.
But like, how do you find the energy?
Like every, I don't know. I think like which event in particular?
You and Daniel do everything. You guys are always going to
camping.
camping or doing things or whatnot. So I guess, actually, I'm curious, in your relationship, how do you guys kind of, because I feel like it's easy to get comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's easy to just like, I love like chilling at home and like watching TV and not doing anything actually. But how do you kind of maintain not getting into that comfortable space and like still wanting to do all these different things?
I think like there are moments where it's nice to stay home and be comfortable, but we just have so much fun together. I'm just like, let's have more fun. Like, let's go camping again. Let's go hiking again. I mean, we hate hiking, but like, let's go to the beach again. Like, let's go to Debbie's birthday party. Like, we just like have so much fun together. So even if we are comfortable at home, we're still like laughing and having fun, like playing games. And like, I think both of us love that equally. So it's hard, like, it's hard not to, we just have fun.
And also you really make the most of your time.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel I don't do that because I'm so exhausted from working.
Yeah.
But I also think if you don't, you almost get more exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because you're exhausted from doing nothing versus you're exhausted from that you actually went out and did something. So I get it.
And like it's about, people are always like, it's about the journey.
Yes.
Like, and like if a journey is so fun, just like it's
the best.
Yeah, it's the best. I lost my train of thought, but it's the best. Yeah. So, but I do get it. It is hard. Like life is just hard. You need seasons of rest too. So I think it's not a bad thing that you have that right now, especially with everything you have going on.
I think Daniel is also a very adventurous person.
Yeah.
And I think usually it's like if there is one of those in the couple, like you end up doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you are too, but I think you're able to say yes to more because he's like, oh, we can do this.
I'm gonna climb this rock. I'm like,
he's
okay,
always
go climb
like,
the rock.
he's the down guy.
Yeah,
he's the down guy. If I'm like, Daniel, we're gonna do this, down.
Yes, I'll drive.
Oh,
yeah.
Daniel, I miss Daniel. I saw him yesterday.
Yeah. We're obsessed with each other.
Okay, well, we've been going for a minute. So I just want to kind of touch on like, I guess we're at mid-year almost, which is insane to think about. But I guess in this upcoming year, the rest of the year, what are some things you're looking forward to or some goals that you have for yourself?
Man, that is a hard question, girl. Goals I have for myself for just the rest of this year. I want to, I guess career-wise, so I manage a team of 3 people. And it's been hard. It's a hard transition going from managing yourself to managing 3 people. I think by the end of this year, I want to get my footing as a manager and just build more confidence in that space. So like finding my voice as a manager, making sure that my team feels supported and cared for is a big priority of mine, especially because it's hard when like you have so much of your own work to do, but to manage like other people's work, you lose sight of like, oh, like they also need to be inspired and motivated and pushed. So I think that finding my footing as a manager, I would like to overthink less.
Don't we all, babe?
I don't know if that's doable or not. I don't know, but I want to be more cognizant of that, like understanding that that is a struggle of mine. I want to go on one trip before the year ends, even if it's a small trip, even if it's New York or like something domestic. I want to go, and yeah, have more fun, more adventures.
I mean, I'm with you there, sister. I think this summer is gonna be fun.
Yes, we've had a lot of fun summers.
We've had a lot of fun summers, but last summer was actually very, very calm.
Yeah, it was.
And then I feel like the beasts are unearthing.
Yes.
And this summer is going to be really fun.
When Min is like, let's go. We're like, let's go.
Then we're like, okay, it's time. But okay, I think summer is going to be fun. How about you come back on after summer so we can debrief?
Recap? Oh, I'm down. With Monty too.
Yes. Okay,
Yes.
so all of those things are like a little bit of goals.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're like really looking forward to?
I can't think of one right now.
I mean, I don't really know either if I think about it. I just feel like we're kind of go with the flow these days.
Yeah, like every weekend is just like
Maybe summer.
Yeah, super excited for summer.
I feel like our friends come alive in the summer.
We do. We come alive in the summer. I'm really excited for Christmas.
Girl, that's too far ahead. Okay.
I love Christmas.
I love Christmas.
And then, actually, like one of my like best friends, Connie, shout out Connie. She's getting married soon. So I'm really excited for like all of that. Like I'm excited for,
I mean, she's one of your closest friends.
Like I'm excited for like the Bachelorette. Like I want to hear her vows. Like just all of that. I'm so excited for her. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there was a wedding season.
Oh, yeah.
And then now it's like everyone's married for the most part. So it's like no more bachelorettes, no more. Now we just have to make up trips.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
going to be so
super excited for that.
Oh, congrats, Connie.
Connie, we love you. Chris, you lucky guy.
When is her wedding?
It's going to be early next year.
Oh,
so sometime next year.
Sometime
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to do some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Oh man, there was actually like, okay. Man, I wish I had prepared like really hard ones for you, but it's okay.
I'm down for any.
Do you prefer hot or cold?
I prefer hot for sure.
In even like beverages?
No, I like cold beverages.
But like hot weather and like hot.
weather.
Okay. Where is your dream destination location?
For vacation,
Yeah.
Bali.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think.
You're like, I literally didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
If you could have dinner with blah, blah. If you could have a dinner with anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Rihanna.
I should have known.
100,000% Riri.
Do you think if you met her, have you met her in person?
No, I almost did.
But if you did, do you think you would freeze?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I need a minute before.
She is your queen.
She is my queen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody has been able to answer this question, so I'm going to see if you can.
Okay.
What is something not a lot of people know about you? Or like a quirk?
A quirk of mine, I hate eggs.
Oh my
hate
God,
eggs.
I should have known this.
I hate eggs. And I cannot be convinced otherwise. I've tried it all. I've tried hard-boiled eggs,
Which
scrambled
is the worst.
eggs.
Hard-boiled egg is kind of the worst.
Like, what is the other eggs?
Poached.
I don't even know what that means. Poached. The other sunny side up. When egg prices went up, I didn't even know. I was like, that.
Wait, okay.
I had no idea.
So what? I fucking love eggs. So what is it?
The texture, the smell, sometimes the color.
So, okay. Texture, like, because it's like,
Slimy.
so you don't like anything slimy.
No. And it tastes like fart. And I hate, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate all of that. Even saying the word fart grosses me out. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I could take that back.
Okay, so that actually is a quirk about you.
Yeah.
But you've like tried it.
I've tried it
a lot of times.
a lot of times.
So when you go to like breakfast, what do you get?
Chilaquiles or quesadilla with no eggs.
But chilaquiles has eggs.
But I can like separate it. I can like put it off to the side.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're not as much like a sweet breakfast person, even though you don't like eggs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even fried rice, the eggs are so small. I like take out the egg pieces.
Oh my God.
Gross.
Fried rice with no egg is like criminal to me. Sweet or savory?
Both.
Okay, fair.
I love.
What is your pet peeve or ick?
In guys or just anybody?
In guys.
Okay, well, I have two.
You're like, let me run it down.
Okay, this is two. I have many, but two. One is I don't like when guys edit their photos on Instagram.
Fair.
When it's like they're face tuning themselves, and I'm like, why? I don't like that when guys do it. Girls, I don't care. But when guys do it, I'm like, it's weird. And then second, I hate when guys come out of the bathroom and then like their hands are wet and then they do this. And they're like, let's go. I'm like, ew. That visual.
That is so specific.
It's weird. I don't know what it is. That gets me.
It's like dry your hands before you come
Yeah,
out.
I'm like,
Okay.
dry your hands and don't like.
What if they did that before they came out of the bathroom?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need to see
but
that.
then what if they have the fingerprints on it?
That's okay. I don't know why. That bothers me. Okay. Yeah.
What is your favorite movie?
Boondock Saints.
Oh my
That is my
God.
all-time favorite movie.
Wait, is that the one with the like?
The brothers.
No. I don't know. Is that the one with the speech at the way end? Oh no, is that Shawshank Redemption?
I think so.
Okay.
Also, great movie.
But interesting.
I
That's
love
not
that
what
movie.
I did not expect that at all.
I also love Anora recently. Recent favorite movie. No.
Okay, I liked
Igor.
it. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand, and maybe I'm just not cultured. Sorry to the film buffs, but like I did not get why it got so many awards.
Yeah.
I thought
agree.
she did a great job, but I don't know why it got so many awards.
Like Best Picture. I don't know if it's Best Picture.
Like,
worthy.
I don't know. That one was questionable to me. I also think it's because they scream so much. She screams so much in the
she does.
yelling, you know? I don't really love that. But no, it was
Also, another pet peeve: yelling. I don't like when guys yell.
no, yes.
Why are you yelling?
You should not be yelling.
You should not be yelling.
Keep your volume down.
Yeah, I hate
agree.
it.
I
When
agree.
guys are like chug chug chug. I'm like, you don't need to be yelling.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Let's just be chill.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think I know this. So maybe the second part. Who is your favorite music artist of all time and as of late?
All time. Oh man, all time is a hard one. I think Summer Walker is all time. Like I love R&B.
You
I'm
do.
an R&B
You-
girly.
yeah,
And I
you
love
really
like
are.
90s R&B. And Summer Walker is an artist that I feel like she like modernized 90s R&B in such a beautiful way. I adore her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she hasn't really been making much lately.
She's about to.
Okay.
She's
was cooking.
feeding us.
She
She's
was
gonna feed us. I
cooking.
think like May 2nd or something. She's coming out with the single. Like, and then as of late, literally like 2 days ago, I started listening to this girl named Sailor. She's this like Asian R&B singer, which I love. So she's a little quirky and cool, but I really like her.
I'll take a listen to her. Who is your celebrity crush?
Like a guy, Jason Momoa.
Oh my god, I knew this, and I always thought it was like
Jason
so
Momoa.
interesting.
I need to watch that Minecraft movie he's in. Wait, who's your celebrity crush right now?
My celebrity crush got canceled, so like now Ashton Kutcher,
Why did he get canceled?
because he like supported that.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Okay, I
and
remember
then
now.
and
Yeah.
then like stuff with the current case that's been going on.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate. So I need a new celebrity crush. I actually thought about this recently, and I think I had one,
Who
but now
is
I
it?
can't remember.
Is it an actor, singer?
Who was it?
Was it like someone that's in a movie recently?
I don't.
Do you remember your first celebrity crush?
Oh yeah,
Legolas?
Another fucking
Who was it?
controversial person.
Who was it?
Should I bleep it out? Chris Brown. See, breezy. I literally, my entire high school binder was like Chris Brown photos, like from the Run It era. Anyway,
He's so talented.
why do
but
I
yes,
like
canceled.
cancel people? Am I toxic?
Dude, yeah, mine was Legolas for sure. That
Lord of
half
the-
up,
Wait,
half,
is that Lord of the Rings?
yeah, the half up, half down. Oof.
Oh my
The
god.
ears, the braids.
Wait, who is my? I don't have one anymore. I'll think about it.
Okay.
What makes you feel pure joy?
Oh my gosh, pure joy. Coachella.
Yes,
Dude, okay, I
We're
hate
like
to,
Coachella
I hate to
fiends.
be
We're
that
so
girl.
basic. Oh no.
I hate to be that girl, but we had so much fun this year.
We did.
It was just easy. Like,
It was easy.
and then shout outs to Emily M. Chella. Thank you for making it. Like, dude.
It was so fun.
Yeah, thank you so much, Emily.
What's the most challenging decision you've ever made?
Oh.
It got too deep all of a sudden.
Man. So letting go of certain relationships. Not just romantic, but just any capacity. Anytime I've had to let go of a relationship, it's been hard.
I think that
Yeah.
always is. Like,
And it
regardless, even if it's not for you, like,
Yeah, it takes years to recover from, and it makes you feel like sad, and you're kind of in a dark place for a little bit, but you have to really find your way out of it. That's hard.
Yeah.
Like letting go of it.
yeah. But then I think when you look
hard.
back from where you are now, it's
Yeah.
like, I couldn't be where I am if I didn't make
Yeah,
that decision then.
Exactly. Same goes for the other side too. Like they
Yeah.
are also living a life. So
So, yeah. What would your dream day look like?
my dream day, I would wake up at 10:30 a.m., walk to Erewhon, get a Hailey Bieber smoothie, wear a really cute aloe outfit, do an amazing yoga class. I would love that. I'd love to get lunch and drinks with the girls, preferably Aperol spritzes all around. And I'd love for us to bop around farmers markets, go shopping. And then I'd love to have probably like a family dinner with like my brother's family, my mom, Daniel, the nephews, and Minnie, my old dog. And then probably do something fun at night. I don't know. Go to a basketball game or something. Something
That
fun.
sounds like a lovely day.
Like just like peaceful, easy, lots
Yeah.
of laughing.
It's like the very normalcy of it all, but it's
Yes,
like the
yes.
perfect day.
I think the perfect day doesn't have to be anything that's like crazy hype or something.
agree.
I
I
just
agree.
want everything to just be easy breezy. The weather's great. The Erewhon smoothie is key to starting off this day.
Just so LA.
Yeah.
Okay, girl.
Okay.
We've got places to be today.
Yes.
So I think we're gonna wrap it up there. But thank you so much.
Cool.
And can
See you in like 3 hours.
yeah.
though.
Can you come
Literally.
back on again?
Yes, I
Okay.
would love to.
Thank you, Mel. All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.